Talk 1600. You're catching the drift. Conservative talk. Intelligent conversations on local, state, and national issues with Gary Wellings, chief editor of the Current newspaper and Current Online. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. And now, your host, Gary Wellings.
And good Saturday afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to catch our drift. Joining me in studio, Ipsy Ed Bonderenka.
What's so good about it? If you looked outside this morning.
It's for snowfall, man. It's kind of pretty yesterday.
Yeah.
Not so pretty today.
I got my boat put up just in time. But happy Saturday to you and all our listeners.
And to you. It's November.
Yes.
We've been on the air for 7 years now.
Whoa.
Oh. Hard to believe, right?
Yeah, I think I've been on 4 of those, which is bizarre.
No, it's
3?
not been that long.
2? 1?
Go back. No, about 2.5, I think.
Okay.
Something like that.
Feels like forever.
Wow. Thanks, dude. Glad you enjoy spending time with me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, welcome to The Drift, and what we do every Saturday is go over the news we put on thedailydrift.com. It's
the news you need to know.
Excellent, yes. And it's news from across the country, around the world, and even here at home. And it's the news you won't find on the mainstream media, so check it out, thedailydrift.com, or you can email me also, Gary at thedailydrift.com, if you want to send us some information or put something on the Daily Drift, or you're just too shy to call into the show today at 734-822-1600, which we love to have you do. And we're going to kind of freestyle it today. Lots to talk about. I think we've got Nick Stumphauser going to check in at the end of the half hour. So we'll get a little update from him. But election results, hey? You got to do a better segue than that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This segment brought to you by Overhead Door. Overhead Door Company of Whitmore Lake, 734-449-0400. Conveniently located right off of US 23 in Whitmore Lake. There's some coupons in the Current, and if you haven't seen the Current, you can go online and get it, COURANTonline.com. They've got purchase of a new door opener and install, $75 off. That's huge.
Yeah. Yep.
$25 off any service call for your garage door, and a $65 special preventative maintenance and tune-up, which a lot of us take for granted. Leaves out. Yeah, you've got to take care of those things, or you end up having to replace it. So spend a little money and get your garage door. We never think about it until it breaks, right? Mm-hmm. So Overhead Door, 734-449-0400, or you can go to OHDWhitmoreLake@gmail.com and send them an email, or OHDWhitmoreLake.com.
Yep. Overhead Door is the company that actually makes their product. So they're a distributor of Overhead Door, which has been around since the 30s. Oh, really awesome. Good company.
Yeah, well, take it for granted, man, and you'll be crying the blues this winter if your garage door breaks on you. You got to get out and open it manually. I've done that a few times myself. So,
did anything interesting happen this week
besides the election? Oh. I'm torn. 1 minute I'm kind of sad and despondent, and the next I'm like, you know what? Hey,
could have been worse.
We got 52, and even if we lose Florida and Arizona with all the fraud that's happening right now, we're still up 52-48, right?
I read this morning that the votes are in Florida now. The count is over, and that Bush won.
With the hanging chads?
Yeah.
Someone needs to take that woman, Snipes, and throw her in jail.
Maybe it'll happen this time, but why it didn't happen before is
all I can say is, what is wrong with you people in Arizona, Florida? How could it even be this close? You have a socialist criminal down there.
60 states, okay? Wayne County should be a state in itself, and then Michigan, the rest of Michigan could get the representation it votes for. And the same with Florida. Take Miami-Dade County, make it a state, let them try and figure out how to leech off of somebody else other than the other counties in the state of Florida that all vote red, and it still have the governor and the senator that Miami-Dade chooses, especially with the fraud involved.
Look, here's what people don't seem to understand. And if you voted Democrat this election, or if you did not vote Republican and decided to exercise your conscience and not vote Republican because you didn't like them, they're not good enough for you or whatever. Here's what's happening, folks. The globalists, these are the globalists. They did it to the Soviet Union. You want to know why the Soviet Union broke up? Besides the economic factors, somebody wanted them broken up. It's easier to divide them and conquer them. And that's what they're doing here to the United States. They're trying to take over all the continent on the coasts, right? And they're going to see, you will see in the next 10, 15 years if this continues. If we don't step up and fix it, you're going to see the breakup of the United States. It's going to happen.
Can I play my audio for you
Is
at this
like
moment?
That? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, it's somewhat related. Yeah. So I'm watching Amazon Prime, and I'm watching Man in the High Castle. And the premise of this series, based on a book we were saying, was done in the 70s, I think, by Philip K. Dick, is that the Japanese won and the Germans won the war.
Alternate history.
And they split America up between them. Okay? So with an area in between in the Rockies called the neutral zone. And so having won the movies, it's sort of a soap opera, but it's a great series. It's the drama. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. You're great acting. You're concerned about these characters. There's a lot of conflict in there. But one thing that happens is there is a scene where this woman who's a filmographer for the Reich, who now basically controls, the eastern United States. The Reich, she's a filmmaker. She's done a film, and she walks into a guy's office, and she's describing her new film. And Derek, would you play that for me, please?
Ex-Minister Goebbels called me. He held a private screening of my film in Berlin for the Reichsführer and a few close friends. It went well.
Congratulations.
My uncle said that Himmler went crazy over it.
I'll make sure that everyone's aware of Berlin's enthusiasm for your film.
The Reichsführer also asked me to start thinking about a new project that would involve you.
I'm all ears, Schatze.
Jahr Null. Year zero. An experiment. A reset. A new America.
What's the angle?
Deprive people of their national consciousness, dilute their national pride, do not teach their history.
So the Reichsführer wants to erase American history.
They don't have that much of it anyway.
When do we start?
Now, this is her filming it now. And these guys are tearing apart a statue of Lincoln.
Year zero.
That's right. Propaganda is an essential component. We're correcting American history here, setting the record straight.
Correcting American history.
You put the best and brightest on it.
Cut! Cut!
They're hammering a statue of Lincoln. Yeah.
This is the old America. You are the new America. I want to see you full of power, energy. In fact, get the camera off the sticks and move it in closer. Follow them. We need to feel the kinetic potential, the vitality of the new American Nazi youth. Okay, boys. What you're doing here is important work.
Okay. So I get it. And that is exactly what a good segue that was. You and I have we got that little simpatico thing going, don't we here? Yeah, that's exactly America. If you cannot see what the Democrats, what the left, what the globalist elite is doing to our country, you are fools. Don't let this don't let them tear down the best of humanity, because that's what America has been for the last 250 years.
Well, what really blows my mind is that, I mean, first off, I had my world turned upside down because I found out my fellow citizens are idiots for voting in so many Democrats. I woke up going, like, what? What world am I in? So all week I've had this, what world am I in feeling. And then I watched this on TV a couple nights ago, and I'm thinking, what world am I in where Amazon Prime actually spells out what the left is doing to this country and superimposes it over Nazi ideology? We've said all along, it's the left that was the Nazis, the left that's the fascists that want to destroy our history. And here Amazon Prime is showing a highly popular TV series in which is depicted that's what the Nazis do. Rewrite history, destroy statues.
And it's what Democrats do.
But Bezos let this be shown on his network. How did that happen?
Maybe he's the tinfoil undercover guy. I don't know.
Don't know either.
I don't know. But that's interesting. I'm going to go watch it now because I've been wanting to watch it.
It's
just one of those things I haven't been able to get to. Yeah. Let's take a quick call from Mark in Howell. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you, gentlemen. The drift, the news you need to know.
Hey, somebody can get it right. Thanks.
We're right on the same wavelength today. Elections, let me tell you something. Whether they know it or not, and I think in most cases they do, at least the media and the academia and the people that are pushing this agenda, I'm not so sure that typically they know it down in the polling sites. I think it's incompetence, and it could be a little bit of both. But You just talked about the Nazi regime. Let's go back to when Hitler was elected chancellor. Well, all those votes were tainted, gentlemen. They were tainted just like what we're facing right now here. And also, another thing, one thing I want to talk about the Constitution, how we can protect this country, is we need to appoint more constitutional judges to uphold the rule of law through the way they rule, okay, on judgments. Okay, that's the most important way we can uphold this Constitution. And number 3, we have to watch out our association with the United Nations. I'm in for pulling out of the UN altogether because foreign entanglements, if you read what our forefathers said, they said stay away from foreign entanglements and getting involved. The Versailles Treaty, which was imposed on Germany after World War I, is what brought us World War II, gentlemen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, good point.
Well, on labor, it's funny you bring that up on Veterans Day weekend. I mean, Armistice Day is tomorrow, right? That's what Versailles was all about.
Yeah. So, yeah, real interesting. Anything else, Mark?
Well, yes, and the reason I did bring that in, you just tied it in. I am for our first responders, our law enforcement, and I love our military. And by gosh, for everybody that gave the ultimate sacrifice, our active duty, and, God bless them all. And God bless the USA. Thanks for a great show, guys.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Have a great one.
Along those lines, Trump was just at the UN just a month or so ago where he told me, he says, hey, we're in it for us. Yeah. It's nice to be with you guys, but we're in it for America.
Yeah.
It's nationalism. It's not white nationalism. It's self-interested nationalism for the entire country, all the races, all the citizens of this nation.
Yes, it's just putting ourselves first, and that's common sense. You do that. And that kind of ties in, too, just this morning you heard Trump kind of complaining about Macron over the last 48 hours or 24 hours, said, we're going to do our own European army here, blah, blah, blah.
Enjoy.
For me, I was like,
enjoy.
Well done. Do it. Take it upon yourself. Why are we protecting you any longer? If you think you're so smart and that good, go ahead and do it yourself. Please, save us the money.
Yeah.
And protecting yourselves from the U.S., we've only saved your butts twice.
Yeah, set us up for a third time. Go ahead.
Anyways, I digress. We're getting away from the election here at home. Let's take a quick call from Tom in Detroit. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the Proposition 1, passed with a comfortable margin. And, it's just the whole thing is that, I think people don't want to be told what to do. They want to be able to run their own lives as they see fit. And to use the excuse that, it's for the children, that we want to send our children out like flocks of sheep with the government to be shepherd over them. It just people aren't buying that. And, it brought a lot of people to the polls. And also the whole attitude is that, people are angry, and they're going to vote for a Gretchen Whitmer before a Bill Schuette because they don't want somebody telling them individually what to do.
No, they wanted pot. That's all. They had no libertarian concerns there, Tom. They just wanted pot.
But here's the whole thing: is how is that working out for the Republicans? And how is it going to work out?
Yeah. So here's my question, Tom. My thought was this. Why are the Republicans so stupid, knowing full well that it was going to pass, that it was going to bring tons of people out to the polls to vote Democrat as well as vote yes for Proposal 1? Why the hell didn't the Republicans jump on the bandwagon? This is a pants-on, pants-off issue. It's coming whether you like it or not. You should have gone ahead and legalized it right from the get-go.
They could have decriminalized.
Or decriminalized. They should have taken the bull by the horns. It's coming down the street, try and guide it one way or the other, and get it done, instead of leaving it in the hands of the Democrats to turn it into a big win.
This law settles nothing. This law settles nothing. It's going to be so tied up in the courts. And, okay, Tom, why can you only have 2.5 ounces in your house or in your possession?
Instead of 2.55. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And who's going to stop you from smoking a joint while you're driving? Because that wasn't addressed. Nothing about public intoxication was addressed in this. There's a lot of public safety concerns with this. And there's a libertarian turn. Sure, I understand where you're coming from, but there's a society at large.
Here's my thinking is, they're saying, it's still against federal law. But the thing is that's a Ninth Amendment issue. If you bring up a